Hi, this is Johnny Basement, and we're back here in the basement for the New York Yankees versus Kansas City Royals with a little Stanley Cup action in the Panthers and the Oilers as well. It's going to be a double dip tonight. That's what we're doing on the Yankees and the Panthers Oilers game, which just got underway as well. So that's what we're doing here tonight. I appreciate everybody showing up. I'm still getting sit up here while we talk. And right now, the Yankees are already up 2-0. They're already up 2-0. Carlos Rodon, what a difference a year makes for this guy, huh? Carlos Rodon is completely different this year. Florida and Edmonton right now are 18 minutes in, and no score yet there. So I'm just, like I said, just getting this underway at the moment. Nothing. Bear with me here while I'm let's see. Gunner, OG Cellar Dweller, first one accounted for. Gunner, bear with me, man. I'm still getting set up. You know how it goes. I got a little bit of a late start, man. My app wasn't working to get this thing going, so I had to turn around and get it back onto the Zoom. Hang it in there, brother. How about you, man? How's everything with you, bro? The Panthers in Edmonton are 0-0 right now. The Yankees are already up 2-0. Dropping bunts, playing a little bit of small ball. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. Panthers are already in the Oilers zone. I feel like I'm watching a Ranger game again, man. I feel like I'm watching a Ranger game again. Give me 1 second, man. I got to make sure I set this up because I forgot last time and I missed out on a little bit. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. But yeah, I figured I'd do both games tonight. Why not? I'll tell you what, I didn't expect the Panthers to shut them out the other night, but they're on a mission, man. But you know what? Not for nothing. What's their name should be on a mission too. I mean, Connor McDavid, man, a lot of people expecting a lot out of him. A lot of people expecting a lot out of him. And he wants that freaking title also. But after the Panthers got embarrassed last year, they want to make sure that they make up for that as well. We'll go over a few things here tonight. How about the Yankees yesterday? How about Aaron Judge's home run? I don't even know if it's landed yet. Did you see that behemoth home run? My gosh. Crazy, right? It's so funny. I shouldn't have got. I thought I just had to do one thing. It turns out I got to do a bunch of things. Oh my goodness, man. What else do I got to do? All right, we did that. This is funny. You think there's one thing to set up, and it turns out to be 100 things. All right, did that. There we go. That's the one I need. Monetization. Bang. Sorry, guys. I'm just sitting here like, what is this guy doing? All right. Anyway, the Yankees still, it's 2-0 right now. The Royals actually are a really good team as well, man. There's some pressure going on right now with the Connor McDavid, man. Look at this guy go. I don't know which game you guys are watching. This guy is just skating circles around the Panthers at the moment. But he didn't score. All right. All right. I think we're all set up. I think we're all set up, guys. Yes, sir. All right. Let me get back to this. We're in the basement. That's why this is going on. You guys know the deal. We're in the basement. James Johnson, welcome back into the basement, man. Good to see your name back in here. Gunner, have you forgiven me for my comments at the end of the last stream? Oh, my gosh. You better ask a whole lot of people. The OG of OGs, Mr. Marine, said, you're fired. Which you know you're not. We know we all break balls in here, man. That's what we do. We all break each other's chops, man. It's what we do. You brought in Nickelback when we're talking about legendary bands is insane. Bruin, OG cellar dweller accounted for. Bruin's in the base. What's going on, Bruin? Flex, first Ozzy accounted for. Flex, basement moderator in the basement. What's going on, Flex? Peso, OG cellar dweller accounted for. Peso's in the basement. Manav, OG cellar dweller accounted for. Manav's in the base. We got all the OGs in here. We're doing the Yankees, and I am checking in on the Oiler Florida series as well. So we're going to be doing a lot of this stuff tonight, guys. We're going back and forth. I told some of the fellows I would do some of this game, but honestly, man, it's hard to do the hockey when I know my Rangers should be in it. I'm going to be honest, man. It's hard. It's hard to do it when I know my Yankees should be in it. I'm sorry. It's just hard. Go Yankees. Yes, Manav. Amen. Bruin. Peso, how you been, man? We're seeing you in here again, man. That's what's up. That's what's up, Peso. Good to see you in here, man. We'll be getting into the football, too. As I told you guys, for this month and next month, we got our grandkids here. Just like last year, June and July will be pretty sporadic. Come August, football, we'll be getting it more and more. You guys already know by now how the basement works. So, yeah, Gunner, that Nickelback, man, wow. Boy, did you – hey, Flex, you were gone. Just to drop back to the other night, you were gone, Flex, and Gunner jumped in and said he liked Nickelback. Like right when we were rolling with some real metal bands, he jumped in and joined on your wagon with that, Flex. So he apologized because Mr. Marine said he was fired. That's why everybody loves coming to the basement, man. It's just a bunch of fun. We just have fun. What else are you going to do? Just a lot of fun, man. So don't forget to hit the like button, guys. We try to get like 10. Manav, how's it going? Manav, how do you like watching the cricket, man? The cricket here in the United States. You liking that or what? Gunner, I don't consider them legendary. I just enjoy listening. Hey, man, to each his own, man. To each his own. And that shows us that you're not a follower because we're going in with all the top bands. We're going in with all the top people. And you admitted you like Nickelback. That shows me, Gunner, that you are not a follower. And you stood up in this crowd. We're talking about Black Sabbath and Judas Priest and Metallica and Megadeth and Rush and all these amazing artists. And you were like Nickelback. So I give you a lot of credit, man. I give you a lot of credit for standing your ground with that. So you showed us that you are not a follower. Anything to stir the pot. No doubt, Flex. No doubt. Well, he joined in. I think you had gone already. Manav, it was great watching cricket here, Johnny. I knew you'd love it, Manav. I knew you would love that. Stolen base? No, he got caught. He got caught. How about, did you guys watch any of the Yankee game yesterday? Trent Grisham, you got to give this guy credit. He hasn't been hitting a lot, so it's .81 average or whatever it was. You got to give him credit, man. This guy he had like 5 hits for the Yankees this year. He had 3 of them are home runs. And I've seen 2 of them. The crowd yesterday was chanting, "We want Soto. We want Soto," when Grisham was up. And I don't think it was any disrespect to Grisham. They just wanted Soto, and especially in the Dodgers series. And the guy cranks a freaking 2-run homer, a 3-run homer to give us the lead. A 3-run home run to give us the lead, Grisham. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool, man. The guy's been playing, and he is a great outfielder. He's a Gold Glove outfielder. Trevino would have hit up the middle. Got a man on first already, top of the second. Looking good and beating up on the old Mets pitcher, Seth Lugo. Gunner, I didn't even know the U.S. had a cricket team till we won the match versus Pakistan. Who knew? When I did a couple of cricket videos, these guys were all telling me about it. I don't know anything about cricket. I still don't. I respect everybody's passion for what they're into, and I tell everybody that. I respect everybody's passion for what they're into. I just never really got into it. And it's not a knock. I think the guys are athletic and the whole nine. Those bowlers are pretty amazing to watch. They are. The way they can hook that ball, I have a lot of respect for bowlers. So there's no doubt, man. I found a newfound respect for that, but I just can't get into the game. And just like they can't get into baseball, a lot of the guys, they said they just can't. It's what you grow up on, I guess. But they're two different sports entirely. The only thing that's the same is they both have a bat. And their bat is different than ours, just that you're hitting a ball and they're hitting so we run differently. It's just all different, man. It's not even comparable. So it's like comparing NASCAR to F1. They're two different sports entirely. Two different sports entirely. So anyway, so we had Trent Grisham, Oswaldo Cabrera, who's been playing great in DJ's absence, even though DJ LeMahieu is back. And even though DJ LeMahieu is back, Cabrera's been doing it. And Aaron Judge's home run last night was mammoth. 456 feet, I think, man. That, like, the minute he hit it, nobody moved. Nobody in the field moved. He's killing it in every category. Every category. So Cabrera's up right now, man, on first. Up and double play. So nobody's on base anymore. It's 2-0 Yankees going to the bottom of the second. Let's flip back over and see what's going on in the hockey game. It was 0-0 last I checked. Still 0-0. Edmonton's on a power play. 13:40 left in the first period there. Both teams are under a lot of pressure to win this thing. Florida's definitely under a lot of pressure. Their team is all about pressure. And the Oilers, Connor McDavid, individually, that guy is under an amazing amount of pressure to get a ring for the superstar that he is. He's under an amazing amount of pressure to get a ring. Florida pretty much shut them down in game one. I saw the highlights. Obviously, we were doing a Yankee-Dodger game. But, I mean, they just dominated. Their defense looked great. Florida is just a crash the net type of team, man. And they want to make up for last year's Stanley Cup, which I thought they would have won going into that series against Vegas. I thought they would have won that. Bobrovsky's a definite Hall of Fame goalie. He's going to the Hall of Fame. The guy's a beast. When Florida brought him in, he wasn't even supposed to be the starter. He wasn't. It was like Kurt Warner when he went to the Cardinals. He was supposed to back up and kind of groove Matt Leinart along. They were like, Dennis Green was like, hey, yeah, Kurt, yeah, you're going to be the starter. That's kind of what happened here with Bobrovsky, man. He wasn't even supposed to be the starter last year, and he ended up taking over the job because they were like, hey, dude, you're going to take us further. So 1:09 left on Edmonton's power play. Get back to the Yankee game in a minute. Carlos Rodon, what a difference in a year makes, man. The guy was a merry-go-round on the bases last year. Everybody, like the first inning, he was already getting smacked around like nobody's business, man. Every other pitch was a home run, a walk, or single, double, what have you. Name it, that's what happened. This year, he's looking back to his all-star form from a couple of years ago, man. He's looking really good right now. Luis Gil, freaking money. Garrett Cole's going to be back soon. Forget it. So Edmonton's power play, 30 seconds. Hard to go against Florida. Florida, I didn't see the stat yet, but they had to have killed like 34 of 36 maybe power plays in the playoffs. That's an amazing penalty kill. I don't know if that's a record, but I mean that's like a power play is like non-existent, and Florida plays as if they're on a power play their entire time. 10 seconds left in the power play. When that's done, I'm switching back to the Yankees. Oh, pass in front. Nope, he bobbled the puck. And another penalty kill for Florida. It's insane. It's insane. Aggressive team, man. Aggressive team. Where are we at? All right, Rodon's on the mound. 1-1 to Velasquez. 1-2 now. Manado, it was great watching cricket here. That's where I left off. Flex, yep. Gunner, I didn't even know the U.S. Okay, no, that's where I left off. James, my first hockey game. Oh, brother, you should be getting into hockey. I don't know where you're from, man, but get into hockey, man. Hockey, basketball, baseball, football. We do it all here. And we talk about a whole bunch of other stuff in here, too. Sports, trivia, what have you. So that's what we do here. Gunner, I'm pretty sure I'm the only person in this chat that watches lacrosse. You might be. Never got into lacrosse, Gunner. I tried to watch it. I think I told you guys when I was moving refrigerators in Brooklyn and Bronx. We're talking 25, 30 years ago. Yeah, mid to late 90s. Uh, I worked one of my managers. One of my managers in that area was Steve Huff. He played for the New York Saints. New York Saints lacrosse. I don't think they exist anymore. But if you looked them up from like 95, 96, 97, around there, he was one of our managers in the warehouse, man, before we got on the trucks to do those massive walk-up deliveries for PC Richards. So take a look at them, man. And I mean, the guy's thighs were like massive, man. Great dude, cool guy. We watched a couple of his games, man, but I never really got into it. I don't know why. Just never really did. Like, it's like soccer. I like watching some, maybe like the World Cup, but I don't really get into soccer. I tried, just didn't really get into it. I don't know. I grew up so much into my sports that I watch. Like just now, I'm getting into. I mean, I've watched racing here and there, but now I'm like really into it. Like I'm really watching a lot of it. Footy, I really got into that. So I mean, I'll try out some sports that other people are passionate about. Sometimes I get into it, and sometimes I don't. So there you have it. And most of you already knew that. Anyway, Manav, it was a great game to see us winning. Isn't that incredible? I didn't even know the USA. I just found out the USA had Australian footy here in the United States. I found that out last year. Who knew? Like the New York Magpies were like an affiliate of Collingwood Magpies, and the Philadelphia Hawks were like an affiliate of the Hawthorne Hawks. Like, who knew? I didn't know. I mean, who knew any of this stuff existed? But it does. I didn't know USA had a cricket team. Who knew? So, I mean, and then to turn around and win is crazy. Fuzzy Bear, Froge, my man Froge, the Royals during the Stanley Cup. But for all that know already, Froge is a great personal friend. He's a humongous Miami everything fan, so he is probably wondering why I'm not doing the whole Panther Oiler exclusively. I'll be flipping back and forth, but we're New York fans, we're Yankee fans. I'll be flipping back and forth. That's about the best I can do. But that's the best I can do. Just like I hope Dallas Mavericks win the NBA Finals. Not really that into it, but I think it would be awesome if Kyrie Irving won on Boston's court. I would just for the reaction. I would love to see the reaction to that. All right, so Kansas City has Rodon has a no-hitter going just through 2 innings. But we got to build the hype. We got to build the hype in the base with 2 innings, no hits, no walks, perfect game going. 2 innings. How about those Celtics, Bruin? Yeah, how about them, man? They're up 2-0, dominant 2-0. That would be the worst nightmare for them, Bruin, if Kyrie Irving won and they won on Boston's court like in Game 7. That would be like the worst nightmare for them, would it not? Oh, that would be awful for them. That would be awful. I don't see that happening now. I can't see Boston being up 2-0 and then blowing the series anyway. Maybe not necessarily 4 in a row, but blowing the series. I just don't see that happening. You do like basketball, James from North Carolina. Cool, man. We like it in here too. We're Knicks fans, as you see. Knicks fans. Knicks, Rangers, Jets, and Yankees. Gunner, I think Boston sweeps. They're just so good. Yeah. And I think they want to sweep because they got tired of hearing the media talking about how they had an easy, which they did. Not saying they wouldn't have won these series anyway, but they did have an easy walk to the finals. Indiana Pacers were like a joke. They beat up on a Knicks team that was completely injured. They didn't have to face it. Milwaukee was missing Giannis and Dame, so they didn't have to worry about them. They kind of had 2 teams there. The Knicks might have taken them to 6 or 7 games. I'm not saying they would have beaten them, but a fully healthy Knicks team would have been a definite challenge. The Milwaukee Bucks with Dame and Giannis fully healthy would have been a definite challenge to Boston. So the media wasn't totally wrong about their path there, but we all know what a great team and how deep they are. The Celtics have a very deep team, very deep. So, I mean, I just don't see them blowing this series. I just don't. Here comes Anthony Volpe. And we were just talking about Rodon having 2 different years. We were just talking about Rodon from one year to the next. How about Volpe? I mean, he got the Gold Glove shortstop last year, but how about Volpe? The bat last year was terrible. Rocco's sporting his Aaron Judge jersey tonight, just like me. and wants to say what's up before he passes out because Rocco wants to go to sleep now. He took his meds and he's ready to go to sleep. His legs are, as you guys know, he's got arthritis, 13 years old. He's going to be 14 in October, Rocco. Hanging in there. Hanging in there. Rocco's going to be 14. Isn't that crazy? I can't believe it. So anyway, yeah, and the Heat was missing Jimmy Butler, though, Bruin. The Heat was missing Jimmy Butler. That's like their whole team. Volpe would, oh no, he grounded out. But Volpe, anyway, I mean, he was hit like, I think he has a hit in like 32 of his last 34 games, and I think it was 31 straight that he had. Flipping back over to Stanley Cup, let's just check the score. Florida's on a 5-minute major. Froge, 5-minute major. Bad hit. I missed it. You're giving the Panthers 5-minute major. The Oilers, it looks like the Rangers shooting themselves in the foot. They'll score on that. I'm going back to the Yankees. They'll score on that. Florida, I said Florida was going to win the series in 6. But again, it's hard to watch. It'd have been easier to watch had my Rangers just not made the playoffs, have been eliminated in the first round. But they, being the team they were, that should have gone all the way. It's hard to watch. It really is. Gunner, I've tried getting into basketball, never could though. Hey, every sport's not for everybody. I have friends of mine that can't understand how I watch baseball at all. They think it's so amazingly boring. Now, had I just started watching baseball now and never watched it growing up, I'd probably think the same thing. I understand when people say it's boring. I mean, I get it. I understand when people say it's boring because you just like, I get it. I get that. But I grew up on it. I watched it with my father. I have a lot of memories with baseball. I've seen a lot of amazing games. And once my father, when I was a kid, I thought it was a little boring because I'm like, oh, it takes so long for something to happen. Until he explained to me that, like, basically the entire game is the strategy of the pitcher, catcher, and batter. Juan Soto just grounded out. The pitcher, batter, and catcher, the whole strategy is right there. So it's not waiting forever for something to happen. It's happening right there with those 3 guys. That's your game. The batter's wondering what the pitcher's going to throw next. Pitchers count, hitters count. The catcher and the pitcher have to be on the same page. That's the game right there. That's the game for the most part. That's 90% of the game right there. Once I started watching it from that perspective, then the game got exciting to me, except for the Seattle Mariner game in the 10-18 month. Outside of that, can you imagine talking somebody into watching baseball and watching the Yankees and their first game was like that Mariner game or the 10-18 month? They'd breeze past. They would never look at baseball again. They'd be scarred for life. You imagine that's being somebody's first month watching the Yankees, the 10-18 month? Or that Mariner game, they'd want to beat you up. They'd want to beat you up for introducing them to baseball. They'd want to beat you up. Isn't that crazy? Can't blame you, Gunner. Yeah, Jane, baseball. Yes, there you go. I get it when people say, Gunner, basketball isn't big in Buffalo, at least not since Buffalo Braves. Buffalo Braves, what year was that? Oilers score? What? They scored on a shorthanded goal? Wow. Oh, it wasn't a shorthanded goal. First shot on goal, they're saying. Florida has 6 shots. The Oilers have 1 shot. And that's it? 1 shot and they score on it? Wow. Well, anyway, back to the Yankees. Hey, Seth, I remember you. Seth, welcome back to the basement, brother. How you been, man? Seth, I remember you because of your name. Rangers, Yankees, Seth, I remember reading out your name the whole time. I remember you, man. What's going on, man? Go Yankees, yes. I'm doing the Yankees and occasionally flipping over to the Panthers Oilers game right now, man. So that's where we're at. But I remember you, Seth. How you been, brother? Good to see your name in here. And I almost read the whole thing, and that's how I see certain things will make me remember people. And your name right there, I'll always remember. Sooners fan, Rangers, Yankees, Giants, go Yankees. I remember you, Seth. Good to see you back in here, brother. Good to see you back in here. So they got 4-on-4 for a minute 19. 1-0 Edmonton. Yankees up 2-0. Carlos Rodon, as we're joking along here, has a perfect game going through too. Awesome, Seth. Awesome. See, I remember people. I also don't have the biggest chat, but we have the most knowledgeable chat. Now we got to talk about where's Gardini. Gardini's the one that asked me to do the Dodgers Yankees. And even the one game I show up for is the one game the Yankees got pounded 11-3. Last night's game was absolutely incredible. I caught it. You know when I caught it? When Teoscar Hernandez hit another home run. Teoscar Hernandez crushed the Yankees in this series. I think he had like 9 RBIs, 3 home runs. Like he murdered the Yankees in this series. So anyway, when I turned the game on, the Yankees were up 2-0. So I was immediately the bad luck guy because from that moment on, it went 2-1, 2-2, 3-2. So I'm like, oh, great. And then the Yankees, told you, Grisham hit that 3-run home run, and then Judge hit a home run. I don't think it's landed yet. You guys, if you didn't see Aaron Judge's home run, you got to YouTube that. Just hit Aaron Judge home run. It'll show you the one from last night. It was absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And Oswaldo Cabrera, I'm still really starting to like this kid, man. I mean, I liked him 2 years ago. Last year he fell off, so I'm like, oh, maybe he was a one-year wonder. Nah, this kid's playing ball again. So here we are, bottom of the 3rd inning. Rodon trying to keep the perfect game going. Bruin, Buffalo Braves were around during the 70s. Were they ABA? Were they actually an NBA team or they were ABA? You know, like the Spurs were an ABA team. The Nets were ABA. Were the Buffalo Braves an ABA? They had to have been an ABA team. I never heard of them. I don't remember anything in NBA history about them. Could I be wrong? Of course. We're in the basement. You don't get any lower than that. Boxing's way too. Yeah, I love boxing. I actually like Top Rank boxing. Top Rank boxing with the no-name guys. Boy, they battle, man. They battle because they're trying to make names for themselves. Those are the guys to watch. Top Rank boxing. Those battles are incredible because these guys are trying to make a name for themselves. That's a lot of fun. Gunner, they left in 1978. Let's see who knows which NBA team was originally the Buffalo Braves. They're still an active team. Oh, my gosh. If I didn't hear the Buffalo Braves, Gunner, then I'm going to really have to guess. And where's Trouba trained, by the way? No Trouba? I haven't seen Trouba in like a week. The Buffalo Braves are still an active team. I know the Utah Orleans because Utah and Jazz doesn't make sense. There's nothing about Utah that you would think of Jazz. I'm surprised they even kept that name. So I know it wasn't them. They were an NBA team, really? I don't remember them. I don't remember them at all. I mean, if they left in 78, I was like 6 years old in 78, I think. I think it was 6. I might not have remembered them. Gunner, you got me on that. I mean, Clippers. Yep, might have already asked that before. Good, because I was just going to start naming every team. I tell you guys, when I don't know, I don't know. And I wouldn't have known that. Yo, Seth, I was just talking about that home run earlier, man. That home run, like nobody even bothered moving on the Dodgers. Like nobody even moved. Like he hit that thing and it was just like, that was a mammoth home run. I mean, Judge's slow start in April, that was like that was like an eternity ago when everybody was so concerned about Judge's horrendous, and he did have a really bad April. Horrendous April. Horrendous. And boy, that's like forgotten about now. What about Gleyber Torres? You think they're going to trade him? He's starting to play better now, but I don't like his fielding, man. I've never hated Gleyber, but I've never been a big Gleyber fan either. But I was always okay with him because he always used to be able to hit. He always used to hit. But now he hasn't hit a whole lot, and now he's starting to hit again. But if they can trade him, I would trade him. The guy I would not trade right now is Alex Verdugo. That dude is playing. And he's become a fan favorite, man. He's got the attitude. He's got the flair. We're doing some Red Sox Yankee games this weekend. He's going to be in Boston for the first time since the trade, and he talked smack about Cora on the way out the door. He talked a little bit of smack out the door. So we're going to be doing some Yankee Red Sox games this weekend. It's in Boston. Verdugo's going to get booed out of Fenway Park. He's going to get, and he was a fan favorite there too, but he talked a lot of garbage on the way out the door, man. And even about his, not directly any teammates by name, but he was talking about the unity that the Yankee clubhouse has and how he feels better here. And, you know, the whole thing, just the whole thing, and how the management right on down has been more, you know, on point with the team. Look at that. Strikeout, Rodon. He is fired up. We're loving, man, this pitching staff. We were worried about it. When Cole got hurt, we were really worried. We're like, is Luis Gil, Luis Gil is going to be starting? Okay, he's a maybe. Carlos Rodon was a punching bag last year, so he was a definite like, well, maybe he'll turn it around. Like, yeah, okay, maybe. Clark Schmidt, maybe. I mean, Nestor Cortez, well, he's coming off an injury. 2 years ago, he was an all-star, maybe. These guys have been pitching. Cortez is kind of iffy, but overall, we got a pitching staff for real. And now Garrett Cole's going to be back, I think, within a week or two. I mean, come on. I might have already asked that one before. Bruin, you did. Man, I forget that completely. I don't even remember that question. But I'll never forget it now, Gunnar. If you ever ask that again, now I'm going to use that. I'll ask somebody, you know, one day or another. I'll be like, what? You don't know about the Buffalo Braves? You don't remember them? I'll act like I knew. Like I've known all along. Wow, man. I don't remember that at all. I think they might have been NBA. Are you guys sure? I'm looking this up. I think they were ABA. I mean, I believe you, Gunnar, but I got to look it up anyway. Having a hard time accepting that. I'd never heard of them. Seth, go Buffalo Bills, go Giants. Well, listen, the Giants are my second favorite team, and if the Jets do bad, I pull for Buffalo, even though they're a division rival. I pull for Buffalo because I feel their fans are. I've told the Buffalo fans this already. Like Gunnar and Raleigh and a few of the guys, they know because their fans have been through holy hell like the Jet fans have. And we've been loyal through a whole bunch of crap for years and years and years. And Buffalo's been good, and now they have a window. And Gunnar, as I told you guys last stream, another strikeout for Rodon. I gave Gunnar all the credit for the perfect analogy. Gunnar said Igor Shesterkin, the goalie for the Rangers, is Josh Allen of hockey. 100% nailed that, Gunnar. 100% nailed that. Igor and Josh Allen carry these teams on their backs, do everything under the sun. They push their teams along to win when the other players aren't up to par or slacking or not connecting, not gelling. They keep these teams together. And then when they don't win the whole thing, they get blamed for being overrated, can't get it done, and these two guys are the only ones doing everything. Gunnar already pointed out Igor's numbers in the playoffs. To even think that people would call him overrated is beyond being a casual fan. That's just, and some media calls him that too, just like they attack Josh Allen. Well, he could never get all the way. Yeah, okay, well, he's lost to the Chiefs. His team was dropping passes. I mean, like, Igor's saving everything under the sun under complete duress the entire series. Nobody could score for him. But yeah, Gunnar, you nailed it. You nailed it. 100%, man. That was the greatest analogy, and I'll always call him that, man. I will refer to those two like that forever. Great call. OG Cellar Dweller accounted for. Truba's in the basement. Truba. Mr. Marine is back. We've been waiting for you. My last couple of streams, Mr. Marine was in the entire time, Truba. He's been back, and he was asking for you. I'm like, Truba's always here, man. We haven't seen you, and he was in the last two streams. Last two or three. That's what's going on, Truba. Mr. Marine is back. He was asking about you. And we were like, oh, he'll show up, and we didn't see you. But yeah, Mr. Marine is okay, man. Thank goodness. He is back, and he's doing well. He's doing well, man. Doing well. Hopefully he shows up tonight. Man. Gunner, seems like Judge has always had a slow start. Yep. Yeah, now you forget about that. Seth, I hate Torres, but they should keep him or trade. Yeah, you might as well trade him, man. I don't think they're going to keep him beyond this year. Yeah, Truba, man, it's amazing, man. Mr. Marine contacted me before a live stream last week, and then he showed up in a couple of them, man. It's been amazing. And he was asking about you, man. He was definitely asking about you. And I was like, Truba's always here. And then whatever the case, you'll see him. He's around. Thank God he is around, and he's alive, and he's okay. So good stuff, man. They were in the league from 70 to 78 when they moved to San Diego and changed name. I believe you, Gunner. I'm not even going to look it up now. I believe you. 100% I believe you. So Truba, man, did you watch the Dodger game yesterday? I did the Dodger game Saturday live, and they got pounded. That was a bad game. But yesterday's game, absolutely amazing. Shout out to Trent Grisham. Guys really come through without playing a whole lot. It's funny because I think Stanton has 15 home runs this year. I haven't seen any of them. Trent Grisham has 5 hits, and 3 of them are home runs, and I've seen 2 of his home runs. Isn't that weird? I've seen 2 of his home runs, and I haven't seen any of Stanton's. How does that happen? And Grisham hardly plays. He's playing tonight again. DJ's up right now. It's 2-0 Yankees. Again, Rodon has a perfect game through 3 innings. I'm just making jokes. I know it's too early to talk about that, but what the hell, man? We're in the basement. I'm going to keep talking about it until he gives up a hit or a walk. DJ and Oswaldo Cabrera, again, big shout out, man. The kid's doing it. Kid is doing it. So yeah, we're going to be doing some Red Sox games, especially game 1, which I believe is Thursday. Got to do game 1 Thursday. I'm going to check that out right now. Verdugo's first at bat in Fenway Park has to be seen. Has to be seen. I mean, he did take some parting shots. Johnny Damon didn't take any parting shots and got booed there. He got booed at Fenway Park when Damon didn't take any shots at anybody when he left there. That's because he has the Yankee uniform on, the Yankee colors, the Yankees got to do it this year, man. We were just going over this last stream. I'll get to that in a second. Base hit by DJ. Seth Lugo, the former Mets pitcher out there. And the Royals, guys, the Royals actually are doing good this year. The Royals are doing pretty well. They got, I meant to bring this up earlier. They're 39-27, 4 games out of first. 4 games behind Cleveland. 39-27. They're actually playing pretty well. And I like to see that. I like to see old school teams doing well. I don't hate the Royals. I think it's good for baseball when they have old school teams doing well, man. And they're doing well. Houston's not doing well, which is great. They're 30-36, but I like to see that. I like to see teams come around like that. So, the Yankees have Sunday Night Baseball again on ESPN. Yep, against the Red Sox. Of course they do. Some people complain about this stuff. It's like, hey, man, that's ratings. That's ratings. Yankee, Red Sox, Yankees, Dodgers. What other game would you put on? What other game would you put on? Yankees, Dodgers on Sunday night, people complain, oh, these guys get all the time. Who else would you want to have? What other game was more important than that? Jahami Joe dropped a great bunt. Great bunt. Oh, did he? Oh, I don't know, man. He looked safe. Jones looked safe on that. Second and third now, 2 outs. Trevino, who's been hitting better this year, is up. Good bunt by Jones. So, what was I about to freaking talk about? It's gone. Do you guys remember? I said, "Oh, I'll get back to that in a second." What was I talking about? Come on, Trevino. He has been hitting better this year. Gosh, I was about to say something, man. Now, ugh. I was at the last game between Yanks and Twins. Grisham hit a homer. Yes, I saw that game too. Grisham hit a homer in that game. How about yesterday when they were chanting on Grisham? Trevino with a Trevino. Yes. Yes. This guy's starting to hit again. This guy's starting to hit again. But yeah, Grisham, man, they were chanting in yesterday's game. Did both guys score? Hold on a second, guys. I'm sorry. Beautiful. Yep, both scored. He got DJ in and Grisham in. 2-run single for Trevino. Loving it. Remember, he was an all-star 2 years ago. The guy's a great defensive catcher. I'm glad he's back on his feet, man. So Grisham, they were chanting yesterday, "We want Soto," and I don't think the Yankee fans were taking a shot at Grisham. They just, "We want Soto, we want Soto." And what'd you get? 3-run homer from Grisham. Cabrera with a single. Oh, they're tagging Lugo now. 4-0 Yankees, 2 outs. Cabrera, I said it earlier. I'm loving this kid again, man. Loving this kid again. This is great. That's awesome, True. I'd love to get to a Yankee game this year, man. Me and my cousin are trying to hook up to get to go to one, man. That would be awesome. Yankees versus Red Sox first. It will be on ESPN Plus Saturday, Fox. Yeah, by the way, I was going to do Friday night's game too. I knew I couldn't do it yesterday. But this Apple TV garbage, man. I mean, come on. How many different apps do you got to have to watch a freaking game nowadays? I got about every angle I can to watch the Yankees, the Rangers, and I couldn't get the game because I'm just under the border of that, man. I couldn't get it. I was really annoyed. Like all these things, when I grew up, now I sound old. I sound showing my age. When I grew up, you just turned the game on. You didn't worry about what app, what station, what planet, who the announcers were. And the Apple TV announcers are garbage. They're garbage. Any one of us could be better than them out there. They're horrid. They're horrid. Horrid. So anyway, Volpe's up. Another guy that's, man, we got to win the World Series this year. Oh, I know what I was going to talk about now. All right, finally, they're out of the inning. It's 4-0 Yankees on a bases clearing single by Trevino. He got 2 more runs, 7 hits, going to the bottom of the 4th inning where Rodon is, I don't think he's walked anybody yet, so he's got a perfect game going. Gunner, 1-0 Oilers after the first. Florida will have 1:16 left on their power play to start the second. Yeah, man, Oilers. I am going for the Oilers. It's hard for me to go for the Panthers. I don't dislike the Panthers, but since the Rangers lost to them, I don't want to see them win either. So I'd rather have the Oilers win. Texas, another cellar dweller accounted for. Texas in the basement. Texas, what's going on, man? Good to see you in here, brother. Gunner, tank bowls can be pretty entertaining sometimes. What? Tank bowls? I hate to say that one went right over my head, Gunner. That went right over my head, unless something was talked about earlier that I forgot about. Manav, I'm going to go cook some lady fingers for dinner now. Okay. Manav, lady fingers. I haven't heard that term in like forever. All right, good for you. Texas. What's going on, brother? Good evening, gentlemen. Good to see you in here, Texas. Lockport, OG cellar dweller accounted for. Lockport's in the basement. What's going on, brother? Seth, Orioles are looking they're another team. I know they're in our division, but they're another team that I'm happy to see them out of the basement. I mean, like they were always the worst team in our division for a long time, since maybe what, the 90s? Nah, I know in the 2000s they had some teams, but they're battling. And again, they don't have the roster that the Yankees, the Red Sox, they don't have the money like that. They got a solid team, and they got a solid team. And remember when the Yankees wouldn't get Blake Snell, they wouldn't give him all that money? He's been hurt a lot this year. I'm almost happy now that they didn't get him. He's been hurt a lot, Blake Snell. Oh, tank ball. Now I get it. Is this going to be broken up? Nope. Verdugo. Bang. Gunner, my tank bowl comments was made when you were saying what's better than the Yankees and Red Sox. Sometimes two terrible teams can make a great game. It's true. That's true. But, ratings wise, I don't think anybody's turning into the White Sox versus Diamondbacks over. I'm just throwing, I don't know if they played or not, but I'm just throwing that out there. Uh, One out, 0-1. 0-1 on Bobby Witt. Bobby Witt is a great player, man. He is a great player. That's a guy worth watching the Royals for. Bobby Witt can play, man. And while I'm bigging him up, I sure as hell don't want him getting hit right now. 0-2, let's go. Way back. Good day, way back. Another Aussie accounted for in the basement. What's going on, way back? It's 4-0 Yankees way back. 4-0, man. We're doing all right. And the Oilers are beating the Panthers right now, 1-0 in the first inning. Great play by DJ. DJ just made a great play at first base, man. See, these guys here, DJ LeMahieu, Oswaldo Cabrera, you don't get rid of utility guys that can play all these positions, man. Beautiful play by DJ. It's plays like that that get no-hitters and perfect games going. You need a play like that here and there. And if you're watching this game, a great diving stop by DJ, flips it to Rodon, beats Bobby Witt the first place, and I mean, barely beat him to first base. Way back also, my last 3 tips, I won my last 3. I got 3 for the tipping for the week. Until those last 3 games, until Sunday's games, I didn't have a win on the board. I lost every game before that way back. And I won with Collingwood, I won with Carlton, and I won with, who else did I win with? Commercial right now, Commercial. I'll tell you right now, I won the last 3 way back. I was worried I was going to have an offer. I never got an offer. Like a big donut for the whole day. I never got that before. I was worried. I was worried, man. Hold on. Where are we here? I can't get it right now. Oh, I only have 1 bar on my phone. That's probably why. Manav, Subway back. Oh, what's up, Bruin? Good AJB. Read that. Text Bruin. Everybody saying hello to each other. That's how it rolls. Way back, I was nervous. I'm like, oh no. Remember in the beginning of the footy season, I was like candidate for the wooden spoon. I was a wooden spoon candidate, brother. I was losing all the time. I'm rebooting the app. I don't remember why. I can't remember the other team that won for me. Tell you right now. Oh, Sydney. Sydney beat Geelong, Carlton won, and Collingwood. Those are my 3 that saved me, man. Every game before that, I lost. And I think I told you I switched 3 of those teams. Juan Soto up. Oh, ground out again. Well, it was terrible that Juan Soto missed the entire Dodgers series. He's been there all season and he missed, well, I won't say a huge important series, just a big series. Just a big series. And he missed it. And it was just really sad because that 2-1 game that went 11 innings Friday night, man, we might have won that with him in the lineup. Aaron Judge has the night off. Giancarlo Stanton has the night off today, which is fine because they got a little bit of a stretch here. Volpe. Oh, caught. Top of the 5th inning, 4-0 Yankees. True, but what a play by DJ. I was just saying it. You heard me. To have guys of value, utility guys like DJ and Oswaldo Cabrera is priceless, man. You don't let guys like this walk. And I know DJ's been hurt, it seems like, for the last 2 years with his foot. Verdugo, I'd like to see stick around for a little while. I know they got Dominguez coming up and Spencer Jones they keep talking about, but until they prove themselves, I wouldn't get rid of Verdugo anytime soon. He's the best thing we've had for left field in the last couple of years, man. If not the last 2 or 3 years, we haven't had a solid left fielder like Verdugo, man. He's been playing ball. I'm looking, like I keep saying it, I'm looking forward to the Red Sox this week. Looking forward to it. I got the same in the Hawks for 4. Oh, way back. I changed the Hawk game. I changed that one. I changed the Lions. I took the Bulldogs. And these were all like, I tipped the Hawks. I tipped the the Lions. And I flipped them at the last minute. I would have had 5 wins. Verdugo, base hit. 2 out, base knock right there. Let's go. Seth, come on, Volpe. Yeah, Volpe, another guy. Turned it around this year, Seth. Volpe's hitting has turned it around, man. He's becoming what we thought he would be. Getting a lot of good hits this year. I'm loving this Yankee team, man. We need to win. DJ up now. DJ's batting 5th. I know the guy's been hurt, but I mean, he's a 2-time batting champion, man. 2-time former batting champion. So he's hitting 242 now, 1 RBI, 0 home runs. But he's starting to come around. He's 1 for 1 on the night. So, Bond, another Aussie accounted for, another dweller in the basement. Up, DJ grounded out. That ends the inning. Going to the bottom of the 5th, where Rodon has a perfect game going. If he does anybody know if he has walked anybody? I don't think he has. I think he has a perfect game going right now. Now he gets past the 5th inning. Now we can really start talking about it. I was joking around after 2 innings about it, but now we can actually kind of look at this a little bit. Kind of look at this a little bit right now. 1-0. End of the first period is 1-0 Oilers, as we already know. Bond, how's it going, brother? Good day, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Bond, as I was just telling way back, I had no wins going into Sunday's games, and I won all the Sunday games. I won 3 of them. Won 3. I saved face. I was worried I was going to get a 0 for the week. I won 3. Sydney, Collingwood, and Carlton all won for me. Gunner, former Jet, Marcus May just signed with Miami. That's all right. Marcus May was really good for us, man. He was, but I don't think he was that great for the Saints. I don't think he played that well for the Saints. Everybody seems to be signed with Miami, right? Everybody seems to go to the Dolphins. They got Odell Beckham too, but is that a big deal anymore? I'm not saying the guy's not good, but is that like a big signing anymore, Odell? He was with Lamar in Baltimore last year, and I don't think it's almost forgotten about that he was on the team. I can see why the Jets didn't pay him $15 million for 1 year, and that would have been a waste last year anyway. Would I take him on my team as like a slot receiver, or I would take him on my team, but is it a big signing anymore, you think, Odell? Seth, I'm not saying he's bad. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm not saying he's bad, but is that like a big deal anymore? Because he's on Miami now, so they got Waddle. Do they still have Waddle? I haven't kept a lot of, I have not kept up enough with the offseason transactions in football because the Rangers and Knicks occupied all of my time the last 2 months. All of my time. Like I told you, I just started watching the Yankees in full recently again. Bits and pieces throughout April and May, bits and pieces. But I've hardly paid attention to anything Jets, except that everybody, all the media hates the Jets. And they think they're not going to make the playoffs, so they're going to be 8-9, even healthy, whatever, you know. I haven't kept much on that. Do they still have Waddle or no? Seth, no walks. Okay, good. I wasn't sure because I started the game in the second inning. I wasn't even on for the first inning. I was getting set up, which, basement BTDs, basement technic. That's another guy. Where's Mikhailov been? Uh, the, so I didn't really see much of the first inning when I was trying to get this freaking thing set up, which you guys know, some days I just have problems setting it up. So good. So he does have a perfect game going right now. Velasquez up. It's 1-2 right now. I think you may have reverse jinx the perfect game, Johnny. Boom. I know I was making jokes. I started the game in the second inning. I was like, oh, look at Rodon. He mowed everybody down. So, whoa, we got a perfect game going after 2. That's going to be famous last words. Maybe that'll be a basement statement down the Hey, Johnny, remember that Yankee Royal game? You were joking around at the end of the second inning? Maybe. OG of OGs, Mr. Marine in the basement. Marine representative in the basement. Mr. Marine, Trouba is here. Trouba's in the basement tonight, Mr. Marine. Great to see you in here, man. Basement Warriors, how you doing? Is Gunner still listening to Nickelback, or was he punished to the core of life? He apologized, Mr. Marine. I will back Gunner. He came in here and he apologized for the Nickelback. He did, Mr. Marine. OG Gunner apologized for the Nickelback. He admits he likes them, but he apologized for throwing them in the middle of the conversation we were having. He did apologize. Gunner, Lofton was hit by a pitch. That's it so far. Oh, he was hit by a pitch. Okay. Does that take away a perfect game? That's a good question. I don't even know. No, I guess it doesn't. Right? That wouldn't take away a perfect game if you. Well, I guess he got on base. Is that a perfect game? That's a great question. I don't even know. Yep, there he is, Mr. Marine. I told Truby you were asking for him. There he is. There he is. Oh, Lofton just went down. He just went down. I think he twisted his ankle on that swing. That looked like that hurt, man. That looked like that hurt. Oh, the ball went right off his ankle. He swung, hit the ball, and went right off his ankle. You know that hurt. Trevino, what a gentleman. He helped him up. What a gentleman, man. That's a classy move by Trevino. Classy move. Gunner, I stand by my statement, Mr. Marine. Not a legendary band, but I'll still listen to them. I told Gunner, man, he's got a lot of he proved he's not a follower by admitting he likes that garbage. He admitted he likes that. Boy, we're talking about legendary bands. Wow. But he did apologize, Mr. Marine. I'll leave that between you two. Yep. Rodon, so we got a man up. One second, guys. 1 second. My screen just froze. Let me reboot this. What happened? I lost signal? Hold on. All right, we got it back. So there's a man on first, the perfect game, no hitter, everything's gone. Lofton with a slow roller. He's going to beat that. Yes, he did. That was a real slow roller down the line. So we got first and second now, nobody out. Isn't it funny how when a perfect game or no hit goes away, everybody starts getting hits? Then that seems to be the flow. Everybody starts getting hits. And he beat that out, man. He ran. That was a slow roller down third, and that was definitely going to stay fair. So Cabrera, I mean, then what else could he do? Way back. It's absolutely pissing down here. Oh, rain? Wow. Gunner, I joined midstream and heard someone mention Nickelback. Flex did. And he did it to stir the pot, and you come strolling along saying, oh, yeah, I like them. Trouba, hit by pitch does ruin a perfect game. A perfect game has to be 27 up, 27 down. I wasn't sure because I'm thinking along the lines of no walks, no hits. And I never actually even thought about that before. So, yeah, I guess it does. Yeah, it makes sense. All the years of watching baseball, Trouba, I've never even thought about that before. So a no-hitter still would have been intact, but the perfect game is gone. It makes sense. But wow, it's funny how you can watch a sport forever and something come along that you never thought of before. That's crazy, right? Mr. Marine says, Trouba, how you doing? Our Rangers killed us this year. Oh, my gosh. That's why it's hard for me to look at the Stanley Cup. Some people want me to do the game, and I'm like, it's hard for me to even watch that because our team should be in it. I'm really disgruntled about that. I'm really disgruntled. I don't hate the Panthers. I don't hate the Oilers. I hope the Oilers win because it's hard to go for a team that beat ours. I'm so disgruntled about it. It's hard for me to watch the Cup because our team should be in it, man. Unlike a couple of years, double play ball, got it. 2 outs, man on third, double play. My big problem really is the Rangers lost to the Lightning 2 years ago. You lost to the defending champions, the back-to-back current champions at that time. That was acceptable. Losing a 2-0 lead in the first round of the Devils last year, that was unacceptable. But this year was different than those last 2 years. This year was different. We got the coach, we had the team, we had the depth. All our lines were strong. We have Igor. I'm disgruntled. I'm going to be disgruntled about this for a little while, man. I really am. I packed all my Ranger gear away. I mean, why would I wear it anyway? Not going to wear it till October. But it's hard for me to watch the Stanley Cup, man. I'm disgruntled. It's just hard for me to watch it. Seth, broken your ankle if the ball goes too fast. Yeah, man. That hit him directly on the ankle, man. Like I said, that was a good classy move by Trevino to help him, man. Bottom of the 5th inning, man, on third. 2-2 on Melendez and 2 outs. Bruin, it was fun while it lasted. I thought we were going to get a basement moment, man, to last us for a long time. Isn't that funny? Mr. Marine, one faded gunner. That's okay. Now go do five Hail Marys and 5 Our Fathers because your sin needs to be repented of. Great catch by Verdugo. Out of the inning. Grisham, Jones, and Trevino coming to bat to set off the top of the 6th. That's funny. That is funny. 5 Hail Marys and 5 Our Fathers because your sins need to be repented of. Gunner, it's the fact that you threw in Nickelback in the middle of Judas Priest, Metallica, Megadeth, Iron Maiden, Motorhead, Black Sabbath, Ronnie James Dio. We're naming Rush. We're naming Led Zeppelin. Bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb. Bomb bands, killing it with legends. Rob Halford, everything. And you come in and back up flex on Nickelback. That's a basement moment right there, Gunner. That's a basement moment. James can't watch because I'm at my girlfriend's place. Well, you must be having a great time if you're in here with us. That's how we are, James. That's how we are, man. All good, brother. All good. I'm glad you're in here. Don't forget to hit the like button. Mr. Marine Bruin, yes. Oh boy. Yep, it was. Fun while it lasted. Truba, I don't lose sleep over my team losing. I'm past that at this stage of my life. I hear you on that, Truba. Let me tell you something. I'm not at that point yet. I should be, but I'm not. You know what bothers me? We were talking about this last stream, Truba. It's like New York teams get Lundqvist. I mean, generational goalie, right? Can't win with him. Now we got Igor, generational goalie. Obviously, his career's not over yet, but goodness gracious, man, we should have won by now. We have Patrick Ewing, even when the year that Jordan wasn't around, couldn't do it. Aaron Judge, are we going to do it with him? I mean, these guys are legendary players. What is the problem? Curtis Martin on the Jets, couldn't do it. Legendary running back. I mean, at one time, he was the 4th all-time running back. The Knicks, I'm not mad at the Knicks. The Knicks finished number 2 overall, went through all types of injury adversity, man, overcame a ton of it. I mean, next man up mentality, total team, right to the backups were playing. Playing hard. Precious Achua coming in off the bench. He was a throw-in on the OG Anunoby trade. These guys were playing. Hartenstein. These guys were going crazy, man. Talk about team unity, and they went as far as they could possibly go. And then Brunson breaks his hand in that last game, and it's just all, you guys get my point. Total respect for the Knicks, but I'm sorry, I can't. I'm past the point of I'm past a certain point, Truba, but I'm not at your stage yet. I'm still in my early 50s. I still get very disgruntled over the Rangers. That was really bad. Yeah, it's hard for me to watch the Cup because of that. Our team should be in it. The Yankees, I get really angry about at times. Not angry like I used to, but damn, we haven't made a World Series. Not even made one. We should this year. Where am I? Let's see. Where did I leave off? Yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda, Jay. Way back. I got you. I know it. I was just hoping that I made a prediction in the second inning and it was going to come true. Gunner, I've got all my Bills jerseys hanging in the closet till September. Yeah, me too. You won't see me with Jet jerseys on until the Jet games start. The Knicks and Rangers are hung up until the October. You'll still see Charles Oakley or something sitting there because that's the Knicks side of my basement wall down here. So that'll be there. I have jerseys hanging up around, but none that'll be worn until October. Wow, Lugo got a 7-pitch 6th inning. That was his best inning by far. But who cares? They're still down 4-0. This year we're up 2.5 after 2-1 after 3 games, then choke. How do you score 5 goals in the next 3 games? We win the first 7 games of the playoffs and lose 6 of the next 9. Can someone tell me that? Right. You want to blame people? Kreider, Panarin, and Mika were non-existent in that Panther series. Non-existent. And for some of the media saying Igor is overrated, how is this guy considered one of the best goalies, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Igor wasn't the problem. That's horrible announcing. That's why a lot of not announcing, horrible writing and analytics from the media. I always believe the media has certain narratives that you got to stick with. New York gets a lot of hate anyway. Their teams just get the hate. And to even hint that Igor was the problem is horrendous analysis. Horrendous. I love Chris Kreider. I love Mika. I love Panarin. Where were they in that series? Where were they? And to think the Panthers still had a hard time beating us with our bottom, Barclay Goodrow scoring goals. And Lafreniere, by the way, for all the Ranger fans for the last couple of years that were hating on Lafreniere, man, that guy has turned it around. That guy has turned into what we expected him. You got to let guys develop. Wow. Because today, in the microwave society that we live in today, guys that come out in the first round are top picks. You better be a legend in your first season or you're a bust. You better be a legend right away or you're a bust. That's what it seems to be in sports nowadays. The pressure on these kids coming out. How many Ranger fans wanted Lafreniere off the team? That's insane. Now they all love him. Now they're all kissing his ass. And Bruin agrees. Yeah, Bruin's another one. He's a Boston Bruins fan. He's had some great teams the last couple of years. What's going on with them? I'm nowhere near a Boston Bruin fan, but I'm just saying, like, that's insane. How come they haven't been winning? My goodness, man, they set the record last year. And this year they had a solid team where everybody in the media thought Boston would take not just a step back, a few steps back. And they didn't. Bottom of the sixth inning underway. Blanco's up. We got 4-0 Yankees still. 0-1 on Blanco, who is the 8th batter in the Royals order. By the way, like I said, the Royals actually have a decent team this year. Ooh, should I wear a Penza or Bernard to start the season? I got both of them this offseason. Flip a coin. It's on you, Gunner. Flip a coin, brother. You can't go wrong either way. If I knew what the conversation was at the time, I wouldn't have mentioned Nickelback. Yeah, you just walked into that, Gunner. You just strolled in as if we were all bigging them up. And Flex, he just threw that in there. He said it just to stir the pot. And here comes Gunner 10 minutes later, strolling into the chat, has no idea what's going on. And it's like, yeah, I listen to Nickelback. Oh, poor Gunner. You walked right into that, brother. Mr. Marine, hold on. We got 2-2 right now. Looks like a fly out to Jones. So we got Stanton with the night off, Judge with the night off. And Trouba, thanks to you, I'll always look at these Yankee away jerseys as Joe's Meat Market softball team jerseys. I don't think they look that bad, but you've got that in my head now, True. They just took the white away from the lettering, man, but you nailed it with that, man. That was really funny. I always look at these jerseys as Joe's Meat Market now. Mr. Marine, Trouba is so close to it. We are not getting any younger in life because we don't know when we can get back there. Amen. Amen. That's good, James. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for subbing and joining the chat, man. Thanks. Everybody you see in here, James, has been a part of this basement chat for a long time. Long time. Everybody, you hear me calling out OGs because they've been with my channel from pretty much the beginning. So stick around, James. Be part of the crew, man. As all the guys in here, we've all been here a while, man. Even Seth. Seth's been coming around. I remembered Seth from his long freaking name. So we break chops. We talk about a lot of stuff. All sports related. No cursing. We don't do politics. We don't do religion. We do sports, man. Sports. And we do trivia in here also. We do a lot of trivia. We all keep it cool and calm and just have a ball, man. That's it. Just like a bunch of people hanging out. That's what it's all about in here. And I tell people, James, all the time, we don't have the biggest chat, but we have a ton of smart guys in here. Ton of smart sports diehard fans in here. We aren't casual fans in here. We're diehard fans in here. We all know our stuff. All of us know our stuff. So trust me, James, when a casual fan strolls in here talking crap, you'll see it. You'll know it because they get attacked. Truba, hey, I'm disappointed, but there's no much worse shit going on that ruins my life. That's all. Yeah, I got you on that. I still flip out sometimes, though, Truba. I can't sit there and say I don't because I do. You guys see me on here doing it. All right. 3 up, 3 down, guys. 3 up, 3 down. Let's keep it going. And by the way, Grisham is a key pickup in that Soto trade. The guy is a gold glove outfielder. I mean, this guy's no slouch. If you just saw the catch he made in this inning, man, that was incredible. Guy's fast out there. He's a Gold Glover. So we got some serious bench players, man. Serious bench players. Grisham is just like, and oh, by the way, we got a Gold Glove outfielder on the bench who's used to playing, who is used to playing. He's not used to sitting. But when you got Judge, Soto, Verdugo, you're going to be doing some sitting. Well, yep, we just did that, Gunnar. We welcomed them all to the basement. Mr. Marine. Gunnar, you threw them at the end of the night. Yeah, he walked right into it, Mr. Marine. He wasn't even in the basement what was going on. He was like, wow, I walked into Nickelback. Oh. Gunnar, if you like Coldplay, don't even say it, man. Don't even say it. You'll be walking a fine line. Because that's where I put Nickelback in the Coldplay department. Seth, New York makes me mad from losing games this year. Yeah, man, Seth. I hear you, brother. Hey, I hear you, man. I'm with Trouba, man. I'm like, well, Trouba's a little bit, sounds to be a little more mature in the area than me, man. I still get pretty angry and disappointed. You've been around a little bit, man, but I flip out on here still. I can't even play. I can't lie. I flip out on here still. But it's been a long time since I've been this disgruntled over a team. When the Yankees lost to Houston a couple of years ago in the ALCS, when they got swept, it's like I was upset about it, but I kind of knew that was going to happen. Not maybe a sweep. I didn't really think they were going to beat the Astros. The Rangers this year, I expected them to win the whole thing. I really did. What are you going to do? Truman, we're here with you. Let rant start if you want to about life. Yep. Oh, always. We can do that in here too. You know that. Way back, the better your team goes, the higher the bar gets set and the harder the fall is. Amen. That's why we hang on to with the Collingwood supporters. I'm learning a lot about the Collingwood supporters, and that's why I always told them Collingwood, I relate them to the Yankees and the Cowboys. You love them or you hate them. And the fans can be just as bad. You love them or you hate them. Way back over here, the Cowboys and the Yankees are loved or hated. There's no in between. No in between. I would say they're pretty much the two most noticeable teams around the country and the world. Everybody's heard of the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Yankees, and you love them or you hate them, but they probably have the most worn gear around. You see a ton of Yankee stuff and Cowboy stuff. Oswaldo Cabrera up top of the seventh inning. Boy, I'll tell you, with this pitch clock, these games move right along. This game started at what? 8:10. It's 9:40, and we're in the seventh inning. Before the pitch clock, it would be like the third inning after an hour and a half. We are here for you to let the rant start if you want to about life. I love it. Trouba's laughing at that. Of course, man. We love it. This is so awesome to have Mr. Marine back. Just great, man. I hope the power comes on soon. Damn, Bon, you're without power? Way back. No beer at the pub, Bon? Oh, man. I don't drink anymore, but if I did, I'd be pretty upset about that. Cabrera's up. Like I said, I just struck out, but Cabrera's really been holding the fort down when DJ was out. Really holding the fort down. This is amazing, man. Trouba, Florida was the better team. No excuses. I don't know, Trouba. Were they? They were kind of struggling a lot when our bottom guys, if Kreider, Mika, and Panarin were playing like they did in the first two series, I don't think Florida beats us. They beat us with those three guys doing nothing. They were the better team overall. Obviously, they beat us, but I have a hard time accepting they were the better team if we were. It's always if. It's always if. It's always if. If. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's a great goalie. He's going to the Hall of Fame, Sergei Bobrovsky. I'm not knocking on him, but he was hardly tested. He was hardly tested in a lot of these games. Igor was under duress the whole time. Juan Soto, this guy should be signed. They got to sign Juan Soto. You cannot be the New York Yankees and let this guy walk. But Mr. Marine, still get rid of them for players who can produce in playoffs because we all know the playoffs is the real season. Yes, Laffy played good. I take back what I said about him. I have a Rangers sin against Laffy. You do. Mr. Marine, I'm not going to save you on that. I wasn't necessarily referring to. Well, I was. I guess you are in that group of guys that hated Lafreniere. You did. You did. You have a Rangers sin there, Mr. Marine. You owned up to it. You owned up to it, Mr. Marine. Nice. You owned up to it. Yep. But see, at least it's a good thing. You were wrong about him, and it's because he turned out to be great. At least we didn't say, oh, we thought he was going to be great, and he went the other way. So it's a good wrong. It's a good wrong. I was going to say it's a good sin. Is there such a thing? But it's a good wrong, Mr. Marine, but you stood up and admitted it. That's awesome. Pub has a generator. I need to give the pub a holiday from me. Nice, Bond. Juan Soto walks with 2-out walk. Now we got Glaber coming up. Manav, good night, Johnny and the other dwellers. Love you guys forever. We love you too, Manav. You're an OG, man. We love you too, and love the support you always give to the channel, Manav. You have a great night, brother. Mr. Marine, I still don't think Florida was better. We just bank on Igor too much to win us games. We've been saying that since we had Lundqvist. Lundqvist carried our teams for so long, man. Yep. We're all just gonna like. I'm with you. Yeah. Oh, just talking about it, I feel it right here. I feel it right here, man. Is it really? Oh boy, I don't even know what happened with the Bruins, Johnny. Yeah, Bruin, you should, as a Bruin fan, you're a part of this conversation too, man. Like, what the hell happened to your team the last 2 years? Goodness gracious, man. They're another one that you could sit there and argue that they should have been there. Like, but both of our teams lost to Florida. I'm not saying Florida's not a good team. You guys know Fuzzy Bear that pops in here. Personal friend of mine. He's a big Panther and Dolphin and Miami Heat. And he even he's like, hey man, we beat both of those teams. They did. He has every right to talk. I can't say anything. He beat us. His team beat ours. Can do. But I won't agree with him that they were the better team. I feel like the Patriots, like the Tom Brady Patriots, like when they lost, they kind of gave that flair, like, yeah, we lost, but it was more because of what we didn't do than what the other team did. And I always hated that. And now I feel like I'm saying that. I feel like I'm doing that. Bruin, I don't even, yeah, Bruin, if you're as a Bruin fan, you got to be pissed too, man. 100%. Night Manav, Joe's Meat Market. Yeah, Bruin, that Trouba I'll always look at that jersey. I'm going to get one too, by the way. I am going to get that Yankee jersey. I'm going to get one of those. I'll wear Joe's Meat Market. You know the jerseys you buy where you put your name on the back? I should put Joe's Meat Market on the back. Trouba, Ernie Banks played 2,500 plus games and never played in the postseason. He smiled to the day he died. It's just a game, boys. It's true, man. I mean, I get it. Isn't that crazy? It is just a game, but isn't that crazy that Ernie Banks never saw the postseason? That's a shame that he never saw the postseason. In today's lineup, the way they do the playoffs, he definitely would have seen it. But it's like, remember the 85 Yankees? Remember that mean batting, that team we had? That team in today's playoff structure, oh, that 85 Yankees team probably would have won. We had Ricky Henderson and Dave Winfield, Mattingly. Like, we had a team. Billy Martin, Billy Martin was the manager. Holy crap. So Carlos Rodon, 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. Trevino, 2 for 3. He's got 2 RBIs. Trevino's balling this year. He's been playing. Rodon only had 2 strikeouts. I feel like he had more than that. No, whatever. Ooh, Kansas City lost Hunter Renfroe. Fractured his toe. Oh, he's going to be out for a minute. DJ LeMahieu knows all about toe issues. Fun fact, Wombat boot is cube-shaped. Oh, okay. Always learning something new in the basement. Rocco even has put his Rangers and Knicks jerseys away also. He was asleep for a little while. He almost made it the whole game. Bottom of the 7th inning. He's hanging in there. He's tired. Again, he's going to be 14 in October. He's just got the arthritis, but the vet said he's healthy otherwise. He's healthy otherwise. He's still getting around. Still getting around. And I normally don't believe in the Yankee jerseys that have the names on the back, except, I mean, this is obviously an all-star jersey, but for dogs, they didn't have any Yankee jerseys that didn't have the name on the back because I like traditional jerseys for the Yankees. And I just said I'd buy a Joe's Meat Market one, right? But I like the traditional Yankee jerseys without the names on the back. Do you guys think the Yankees should change that and put names on the back after all this time and let them grow beards? I don't see the big deal about these. You know, it's funny. Fans of other teams make a big deal about the Yankees not being allowed to have long hair and beards. Like other teams' fans seem to have a big problem with this. Why? Why would they care? The Yankees aren't your team. Why do you care about what their policies are? What does that matter? What does that matter? I always find that hilarious. The other teams' fans make fun of the Yankees. Oh, you guys don't allow this. You don't allow that. Who cares? You know what I care about? Get a ring. That's what I care about. Mr. Marine. Oh, wait. Joe's Meat Market. Seth, sorry, I'm falling behind. Where's Rizzo tonight? I think Rizzo, Judge, Stanton all have the night off. All three of those guys have the night off. And they deserve it. They got to get a night off here or there, man. So all three of them are off tonight. Bruin, you have to be mad as hell too. Yeah, Mr. Marine says, Bruin, you have to be mad as hell. He has to be. I'm not a Boston fan. I don't like anything. I only go for the Bruins when they play the Islanders because I hate the Islanders more. But, yeah, he has every right to be angry. No kidding, miss. I'm still disgruntled over 2019. Oh, my gosh, yeah. Base hit. Oh, maybe a double. Nope. Salvador Perez. Is it just me or does that guy feel like he's been on the Royals for like 500 years? Perez, I just feel like he's been on the team forever. I know he's not that old, but when you think of the Royals, I always think of Salvador Perez. Like that guy, it feels to me like he's been around for 500 years. Mr. Marine, Trouba Train, right, but baseball totally different than NHL hockey. Toughest trophy to win out of all major sports. It is a tough trophy to win, man, especially for the Rangers. Holy crap. James, I dislike Coldplay. Good, you're already in. You got to step up in the basement here, man. Good. Disliking Coldplay is a good start right there. Cowgirls, yeah, miss the Cowgirls. You know, it's funny. They asked Dak Prescott, how does he feel about the Texas Rangers winning the Super Bowl, winning the World Series, the Dallas Mavericks. At the time, they were in the Western Conference Finals. The Dallas Stars were in the Western Conference Finals. They were all still active. And why the Cowboys, do they feel pressure now to give the city, something beyond the first round of the playoffs? It's hilarious, man. That's a team that is hilarious. Think about Patrick Mahomes was born, learned how to play football, went on, has won a few Super Bowls now, has won a few of them now, all in that time frame from a child all the way to Super Bowl champion multiple times since the Cowboys have been to an NFC championship game. Like all of that has happened since their last championship game. That is really sad. Anyway. Schnozzy, what's going on, Schnozzy? Another cellar dweller accounted for. Schnozzy, what is happening, brother? So sad since the Rangers got eliminated. Man, we've been talking about that in here, man. We're disgruntled. Trouba is the only mature fan of us. He has moved on. It's just a game. I respect the hell out of him for being able to do that. And he's a diehard Ranger fan. I'm just not, me and Mr. Marine are just not there yet. We're just not there yet. We're still at the disgruntled, what the F stage. Yeah. One day I will just man up and accept that these things happen in sports, but I'm just tired, just not there yet. And I'm in my early 50s. I hope they get trade or buy out Trouba because he was so bad in the playoffs. He makes way too much money. Man, he was pretty bad. I can't. he made a lot of mistakes in the playoffs, man. I like Jacob Trouba, man. I like him. But has this team gone as far as it's going to go with the players we have? With the older guys we have? I mean, like, Panarin, 49 goals, and I love Panarin and Kreider and Igor are like my favorite Rangers, man. Kreider's always been a favorite of mine from day one. From day one, he's an all-time Ranger, man. He needs a ring. I mean, like, he of all people, man. He's been around forever. But Panarin is like 49 goals. He did good up until the Panthers. Mika, where was Mika? Was he around? I mean, like, oh my gosh. But maybe they've gone as far. I mean, do they have to make a lot of change? I don't know what they have to do. Chris Drury is a great GM. Chris Drury is a great GM. But they got to find somebody on that first line. Roslovic looked pretty good when they got him. Kind of fell off. I don't know. Schnazi. We're hurting in here, though. Texas 1-1, Oilers, Panthers. Oh, they scored. Okay, Panthers scored. Panthers had that crash the net. They're like a all-on blitz the entire game. Oh, that's another hit. That might score a run. Yep, that Perez is chugging around the bases. Perez scores 4-1. Melendez, 4-1. Man on first and second, 2 outs. This is definitely Rodon's last inning. It's his 99 pitches. I guess Boone tried to squeeze, another out of him, but Furman hit it dead on, man. For 4-1 right now. Man on first and second with 2 outs. Schnazi's in the building. Well, we're back to Yankees baseball, Schnazi. Back to Yankee baseball for the summer before football starts. I just don't have it in my heart. A few people wanted me to do the Oilers, Panthers. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can check in on the game, but I can't do the game exclusively, man. I just can't do it. I want my team in there. Bond, JB, it's windy as hell here. There are trees down there. Really? Oh, you got, what is it like? I mean, I see you and way back talking about it. I haven't commented much on it because I don't know what's going on there. But I mean, like, what are the winds? What are they, like 80 miles an hour? Are they more than 80 miles an hour? What's going on? I remember driving through the Midwest and like Kansas, Oklahoma, those areas in the big rig. And if my trailer wasn't loaded, if I was empty or had maybe 10,000 pounds in the back, I thought I was going to get knocked over, man. Because in those states, in Kansas, Nebraska, you're the biggest thing out there. You are the tallest thing out there going down that highway, and those winds can come like a blindside punch. Usually you don't be on the road when those winds happen, but they can come out of nowhere sometimes. You're 20 miles from a truck stop, and like that's nervous feeling when that wind comes up. You feel like you get blown right over, man. So, and usually I wasn't that light. I usually didn't roll that light. But once in a while, I got a very light load. Usually I was 45,000 pounds in the back. Which would make the truck, just about 80,000 pounds, which is the legal limit here. I hardly ever rolled at 6,000 or 10,000 pounds, man. So that was some scary stuff. But anyway, I'm tailing off. What are the winds at right now, Bond? Hopefully next year the Rangers may make it. Hopefully. We got to ground out to Torres, maybe. Oh, did he make that? Oh, I don't know, man. Melendez looks safe. You watching this, Trouba? He looks safe. Hold on. Oh, no, he's out. He was out. They just showed the replay. He was out. Oh, that was close. Actually, he was off by about a step. It was closer than it looked. Hopefully, Seth. Hopefully. It's sad we've got to say that. Way back. Get the Cheney out of Bond. Firewood everywhere. Wow. Trouba. Turns out Trouba had a fracture. Trouba had a fracture in his ankle for that few months. Oh, well, then I didn't even know that, Trouba. I didn't know that. When the Rangers lost, I didn't read anything. I was so angry. I didn't read anything. Lately I've been looking at a couple things. I didn't know he was playing with a fracture. That explains a lot. I'll be out cutting wood tomorrow. Wow, is it that bad, Bon? Holy crap, sounds like you got a hurricane over there. Which I hope you don't, man. I hope you're home okay. Like, is stuff, trees landing on houses? What's going on? Trouba train, then don't play him. Put Jones in, see what he can. Zach Jones. Mr. Marine pulling out a name, Zach Jones, man. He did pretty well during the season. Zach Jones did pretty well. He did. Gunner, I'll always give you credit. You nailed it, Josh Allen Hockey. Igor, you nailed it because they get all the blame. They get all the blame. Unfair. Yep, 100%. So many people say Igor is overrated. You don't watch the game, or you're a media member that has a narrative that you're just going to stick to no matter what. Because that is, you're not watching hockey. You don't know hockey, or you're just being a troll to say Igor is overrated. That is so casual fan. It's unbelievable. So yeah, Gunner, I'll always give you credit for that, and I'll refer to him as that forever. Look at that. Guys that played for the Royals and the Yankees. Chili Davis, Danny Tartable. He wasn't a very good Yankee. Johnny Damon, that's right, he started. Carlos Beltran. When you think of the Royals players that they had, Johnny Damon started there. David Cone started there. Carlos Beltran started there. Verdugo's up. Quite a few guys Zach Greinke started there. And I think he ended there too. I think he went back and ended his career. Verdugo's 2 for 3 tonight with an RBI. He has made up for our left field deficiencies the last few years. Remember the Aaron Hicks problem? And then they stuck Cabrera in left field. They stuck IKF. Remember IKF? They stuck him in left field. Like, we had nobody out there. Left field has been a problem. Verdugo has really tightened that position up for us. What? Verdugo struck out. I didn't see if he really checked his swing or not. Let's see. Oh, he checked his swing, man. He checked his swing. Trouba, we didn't lose because of Trouba. You win and lose as a team. Florida beat us, and that's it. I'll agree with you win and lose as a team. I'll agree with that because you do win and lose as a team. But when your big money players don't show up, like Mika Kreider and Panarin, I have a problem with that. But you do win and lose as a team, not one play or one situation. I don't believe in blaming games on refs. And there's some Ranger fans out there saying, oh, it's rigged. It's not rigged. If it was rigged, the league, especially hockey, who needs the casual fan watching, if it was rigged, well, they would make sure the Rangers made, and Dallas. Well, no, Edmonton's Canada, so they probably, forget about that comment part. But you would want New York in the Cup then, not Florida. Florida doesn't have a national following. So I don't, the fans that say, oh, the referees and they rigged it, and then they would rig it for the Rangers then if that was the case. No, there was nothing rigged. The Rangers flat out lost. I'm annoyed at our top guys that were ghosts. Ghosts. Yes, Mr. Marine, 100%. Guys throw teams on their backs and get called overrated when they don't get it done. Unbelievable. Seth, this game is ending so fast. I know. We're already at the end of the game. We're not used to this in the basement. Trent Grisham up now. I'm telling you, this game started at 8:10. We're not even 2 hours into the game. And it's top of the 8th inning already. Now, you notice when games are on ESPN and nationally televised, they go a lot longer. A lot longer. Way back, I had the same symptoms as Rocco. Oh, do you really? Oh, wow, way back. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, Rocco's got arthritis bad in his legs, man. He can't walk that well at all anymore. He can, like, trying to get up this. He can't walk up the steps. The basement steps, when I take him out, I got to carry him. He can't do that anymore. But thankfully, like the vet said, his heart, his liver, everything else, all his blood tests came back fine. He's completely healthy. It's just his legs are really bad. So he has medication at night that helps him sleep, so he's not uncomfortable with his legs. And we've had him since a puppy, man. It sucks. His brother Max, who rode on the truck with me, he was 15. He March of 22, we had to put him down. That was awful. I hope Rocco just is here with us for a long time and just goes to sleep one day, because I don't want to do that. Going to the vet is the worst. That is the worst. If anybody's been through that, it is awful. Even though you know it's the right thing to do, it's awful. It's awful. I don't ever want to do that again. I've had to do it twice in my life. I don't want to do that again. So I want him to live as long as he can, every day, as long as he can. Basement mascot. Max, he was 15 and he wasn't eating anymore, and he was just like, he was in one spot the whole day. Like his kidneys failed. His kidneys completely failed. And he didn't, what can you do? But they're part of the family, man. So sorry to hear that. Way back, what happened here? All right, the middle of the 8th inning now. Kansas City coming up the bat. What about Rob? Rob, another dweller accounted for. Rob's in the base. What's going on, Rob? No, I love the tradition of no hair and names on the jerseys. Don't mess with tradition. Once they start effing with, it goes too far. I don't have a problem. I want the Yankees to win a World Series. Like, people are asking me, aren't you glad the Jets went back to their 1980s, Jets logo and the Jets, that whole thing? That was one of my favorite looks, but I don't, what I care about? Them winning a ring. I don't care what their jersey looks like anymore. I want them to get a Super Bowl championship. The Yankees, and like I said, Rob, other fans seem to care about the Yankee policies more than our fan. I don't care if they have their name on the back or not. Like I said, Rocco has a Aaron Judge jersey on right now. It says Judge, because for dogs, I couldn't find anyone that didn't have the name not on the back. Lockport, when is Dominguez ready to come up? Pretty soon, I think. Pretty soon. Pretty soon, man. I haven't heard much about him, but would you take Verdugo out of the lineup now to start Dominguez? Spencer Jones, I hear, is not doing very well right now playing. Like right now, with the Yankees chemistry that they have going on, if you want to bring Dominguez up, Verdugo's playing really well, man. I definitely wouldn't trade him. I know he's in a contract year. Do you bring Verdugo back? Remember the Greg Bird thing? Greg Bird was supposed to be the next guy. He never panned out. Spencer Jones could be the next guy. Dominguez could be the next guy. Dominguez looked really good last year. It really sucked that he got hurt. But Verdugo's balling right now. He's really playing well, man. And he's in sync with the team. The attitude is just balls to the wall. I love that. He's not an old guy. I just wouldn't trade him at the trade deadline at the Yankee. Which I don't think they're going to do. But my only reason I bring that up is this is his only year without a contract, right? Our four-legged family, best family members. Yep. I'm getting support dog in July Lab to help with the PTSD. That is awesome, Mr. Marine. Support dogs are amazing, man. That's great that you're getting that. I'm glad to hear that, man. I'm really glad to hear that. Yep, that's awesome, man. And they are family. 100%. Rocco's family, man. He's family, dude. I love him to death. He's great, man. You probably can see him, maybe. He's laid out right next to me. There he is. Here he is, sleeping. He's asleep. But yeah, he's chilling. He's the basement mascot, man. He's got to be down here. Oh, Cabrera, that was a hard shot. Hot corner. That's what we call it, the hot corner. Big shot off. See, we don't need this now. Bottom of the 8th inning. Cabrera got a good stop. Probably prevented a double. He prevented a double, man. I won't say he necessarily should have had that. Well, he at least prevented a double. So, okay, we got first base. We got Ian Hamilton has been pitching well too, man, out of the bullpen. This guy's doing well. Bruins, speaking of 2019, of course it does. Remember being down 2-0? Then game 3, we come back to Yankee Stadium and we lose like 5-0. Game 3, we lost like 5-0. Like no heart in that series, man. That was really bothering. And I didn't, what's funny? It's like that was one series I didn't even think we were going to win. We were so flat and heartless, no gutless in that series. And Houston became like the new Red Sox. Like I hate them. I hate them. So for tons of reasons. Seth, I hope the Yankees make it to the World Series this year. They got to make it to the World Series this year, Seth. Boy, I am way behind. I'm falling behind. Wow, I really have fallen behind. Let me catch up on some of these guys. We're in the bottom of the 8th, 2-1 right now on Hampson, whoever the hell that is. Hamilton's 5 pitches in. Lockport, yeah, what's up, Mr. Marini? He's back. Yes, sir, Lockport. That's right. You haven't seen him yet either. Rob, this Rangers team didn't have the toughness of the 2013 to 2015 Rangers. They had a lot of toughness. I mean, they were pretty deep, though, Rob. There's a lot of things that were going into this series, and they got the right coach. Laviolette took this team to a level they should have been at, and Gallant wasn't even a bad coach. Gallant finished 56 games over 500. How many coaches get fired after 2 years of 56 games over 500? That's why I love Chris Jury, man. He's like, nope, you're not making the right moves. We're bringing in Laviolette, who I still like. Laviolette's a great coach. They just fell apart. And Florida is, to Trouba's point, Florida's a tough-ass team. They're a real tough team. They got embarrassed in last year's Stanley Cup. Yes, 2 games were close, but they lost games like 9-3, 7-2. I mean, the 4 games they lost was like 4-1, 4 goals, 5 goals, 7 goals, and 9 goals. That's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. So and look how hard they fought back to get back there this year. Gunner, since 96, Tom Brady has won more NFC championship games than Dallas. I'll do you one better, Gunner. You want to hear something better? Mark Sanchez has more playoff wins than Romo and Dak Prescott combined and has been to 2 championship games. That's embarrassing. And Mark Sanchez, he gets a lot of jokes because of the butt fumble. He was one of 2 quarterbacks that the Jets drafted that had a winning record. Him and Chad Pennington are the only drafted Jets quarterbacks that had winning records. That's the truth. That's a fact. Pennington had a winning record. Mark Sanchez had a winning record. And if you want to get technical, Pat Ryan, who was mainly a backup for the Rangers, was backup on the Jets for his whole career. But if you want to throw him in there, he did start in 1984 because Ken O'Brien was hurt. He had an 11-8 record as a New York Jet. So he technically is another Jet drafted quarterback with a winning record. But Mark Sanchez combined has more playoff wins than Romo and Dak Prescott. And that's just as a Jet quarterback. And he went to 2 championship games. I love throwing that at Dallas fans. That's bad. Trouba, when you know how hard it is to win the cup, you really can't expect to win it. It is a grind, man. Think about it. Hockey's still going on. It's June. It is a grind. Playoff hockey is way different than regular season games. No doubt. No doubt. There's no doubt about it. Way different. Strategies, line changes, everything. Right down to your goaltending. And Jonathan Quick, another Drury great move. Already signed through next season. Drury signed him during the season for next year. Didn't even give Quick a chance to go to free agency. Didn't even give him a chance. Jonathan Quick played lights out this year as our backup. What about Rob? Those teams just could not win because they played too many games in other series. That's why they didn't win then, right? Right? That's why they didn't win then. And then we had just a couple of years of terribleness. Like when Lundqvist went to the Capitals, I hate the Washington Capitals. But if Lundqvist, when he went there, if he didn't have to have that heart surgery, I would have hoped he would have won a cup there because he deserved one. Lundqvist deserved one. I would have gone for him. We don't have hurricanes here, JB. We have cyclones, but that's not this far south. Yeah, I know. It sounds like a hurricane. That's all I can tell you. But yeah, I didn't know you didn't get them there, to be honest with you. Oh no, that's another hit. No, that's gonna score a run. Bobby Witt just got a. Oh yeah, that's a double easy. Uh-oh. It's 4-2 now, bottom of the eighth. Yankees making it well, the Royals are making it interesting. 2 outs. What was I saying earlier? Bobby Witt, if you're gonna watch the Royals, that's the guy. That's their team right there, Bobby Witt. Boy, that pitch landed right over the middle of the plate. Right down the line. Easy double. 4-2 now, Yankees. Here we go, guys. Mr. Marine, whoever said Igor is overrated must be an a-hole or doesn't know hockey at all. Oh, do you know what it is? It's the casual fans and some of the sports media that's got to keep their narratives going. Well, if he was so great, how come he doesn't have a ring? If he was so this, how come it's the same thing they do to Josh Allen. Josh Allen can't get it done. Josh Allen can't get to the Super Bowl. Josh Allen has all. Gunnar brought up that comparison, that analogy, and it's true. These are the last two guys that you blame for what's going on. You kidding me? These guys carry their teams on their backs. So, Gunnar, nothing beats playoff hockey. I've never liked how baseball does early playoff series. Just stick to the best. Yeah, I don't like the wild card one-off game. Because if one team has a better pitcher, if their ace is better than your ace, but as a whole, their team isn't better than yours, they can win that one wild card game. And the rest of their pitching staff could blow, right? But if you have that one ace that can knock down another team, like that's all you need for that one wild card game. You just need if you have a super ace out there, your odds are you might beat that better team. Yeah, I don't like that either, man. If you're gonna have that wild card thing, you've got to play 7. And that's why I was happy. Remember when hockey, basketball used to have a 5-game first series. I'm glad it's all 7 games. You got to have it 7. Here's Salvador Perez, another guy I don't want to see up. 1-2 on him, though. Salvador Perez, another guy I don't want to see up right now. Bobby Witt and Perez are the guys that make me nervous in this Royals lineup. Gunnar, nothing beats. I just read that. Rob, what's up, Bruin? I just saw your comment. All good. Boy, you guys are really commenting a lot tonight. I love it. Rangers wouldn't have beaten Carolina if it wasn't for Igor. Fact. No doubt. No doubt. They would not have beaten Carolina if it wasn't for Igor. Now, that's what I mean. Like, look at Carolina. Their backs were to the wall when they were down 3-0, and they came out fighting. The next game, make it 3-1. The next game, make it 3-2. Where was that fight from the Rangers in our final game? Struck him out. He tried to check his swing. He didn't. Struck him out. We're out of the inning. 4-2. 4-2 going into the top of the 9th right now. Yep. Way back, I'm not that bad with arthritis, but it's there when it's cold from years of playing footy. Yeah, man, that sucks. But you know what, way back, at this point in your life, if that's the worst you got going on and it's not that bad, I guess everything's all right. So that's good, man. At least, seem like he's still getting around great and still hanging out in the basement way back. That's what's important. Rob, Johnny, unfortunately, it's rare that a dog. I know I had one when the dog I grew up with, Angel, German Shepherd. She did. And she was at the end of her rope. I remember my father, who never, rest in peace, Dad, but he never cried. Never. He was one of those old school fathers. You know what I mean? You did it or you didn't. Like, there was no in between. Like, I grew up with a father like that, and he cried over Angel. Like, he said, we're going to have to take her to the vet this week. We're going to have to do it. We're going to have to do it. And she died on the side of his bed. He got up one morning and that was it. She didn't wake up. Angel. Yep. I'll never forget that. That was my first dog. And I love her. I missed her and the whole thing. But that was the one. That was the only one that we had that passed away on her own. And she was 12. I think she was 12. But yeah, she had a bad liver. Like, everything was failing. But she passed away. So that was the only one I know of, man. Hopefully that happens this time around and not for a few years, because Rocco's stubborn and he's a strong-minded dog. Truba, except you and Right. Oh, that's because insurance payments, Truba. You know that. Yep. What's the term? It's inhumane to keep a dog going, but I mean, but it's humane to keep somebody else going. Oh, it's because of the insurance payments they need. Absolutely insane. I agree with you. I know it's ridiculous. 1,000%. I agree with you, Truba. 110%. Sign Verdugo. Oh, I agree. Sign Verdugo until somebody else proves themselves. You could always trade them. I would say sign Verdugo. Sign Soto. You're the New York Yankees. George Steinbrenner from the depths would sign. I mean, he would sign. So that Jones would have hit. Here we go. Man on first, nobody out. Big hit by Jones. Good. Trevino coming up. Let's do it. I love the guys coming off the bench. Jones, Grisham. These guys are getting hits and taking advantage of the opportunities they're getting to play, and they're getting hits, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Next man up mentality. I love it. You got to sign Juan Soto. You're the New York freaking Yankees. Juan Soto loves playing here. The fans love him. I mean, you got to sign the guy, man. You're the New York freaking Yankees. Sign him. Good bunt. Trevino lays down a great bunt. Look at Trevino playing. Look at this. Wow. He was trying to help Jones get the third. He went down the baseline and stopped and started running back toward home. That's funny. Gunner, I've been through it, Johnny. Our dog Pebbles got her when I was 3 or 4. We had to put her down when I was 16. I wasn't able to pull myself together to go to dude, it's awful. It's awful. There's no getting around it, man. It's the worst. I had to take Max, man. It was the worst day of my life, but there was nothing. I mean, you can't, if you left him laying down, he would be in the same position at the end of the day. He was wearing diapers. It was the whole thing, man. And he wasn't eating. He had no quality of life left, man. And I mean, you can tell yourself to the end of the day, that it has to be done, and it still sucks. That was awful, man. Yep. Mr. Marine, Truba Train, correct. Yeah, 100%. Yep, no doubt. Bruin, I'm sorry to hear that. Gunner, that was 2016 to still crazy how long. Yeah, I know. Doesn't it seem that's weird, man? 2016, that's like when I first saw Aaron Judge. He was swinging at everything back then. I think the Yankees when did Judge come around? 2013? I think that's when they drafted. The first time I saw him playing, I think, was 2016. And he was like swinging at everything. And then he won the MVP the next year. Well, he should have, 2017. Georgia Bulldog. I don't know what happened to him, Mr. Marine. Again, I've been sporadic, but I've been on a lot more lately than I was. You guys know the deal. I told you my grandkid, our grandkids are here for this month and next month. So I'll be on, I'll be off, I'll be on, I'll be off. Just like it was last summer, June and July, I'll be on and off here and there. I'm trying to get on a couple times a week. But I haven't seen Georgia Bulldog. Gardini, I've seen Mikhailov. It's been a while, but he did pop in maybe during a Knicks playoff game. I did see him kind of recently. Georgia Bulldog, I haven't seen it all. And I don't know. I got to check his channel. I don't know if he's been running on his channel or not. Even Andy dropped in. Bruin, he posted a video 8 days ago, Mr. Marine. Well, there you go. Schnazzy, Igor is the best goalie, if you ask me. I think Josh Allen's the second best quarterback, only behind Mahomes. I agree. Who wouldn't take Josh Allen on their team? I would take Josh Allen on my team in a freaking heartbeat. But Gunner made that analogy, Schnazzy, that Igor gets the same treatment that Josh Allen gets, that these guys aren't winners. They're overrated, and if they were really great, they would get it done. They never get it done. So dumb. Oh, yeah, bro, that was awful, man. So that's why we always, Rocco, we love him to death, man. He used to chase squirrels, possums, everything in the backyard. He would chase everything. He had no fear. We'd have, these possums would run along the top of the wooden fence in the backyard. And he would run below the fence and, kind of throw his shoulder into the fence to try to knock him off. Rocco was he ran after loves humans, loves people, hates other animals, hates other dogs. He teeth, the lips peeling back and the whole thing. He's the little engine that could, man. He went after every animal. He'd attack anything in the backyard. Now, he still has the heart. Like when I take him out at night, if there's a rabbit back there and he sees it, his ears perk up and his body gets all tight and ready to go, except his legs aren't, legs just aren't there with it, man. He'll start to go, but I got him on a harness. So if I didn't have him on the harness, he would just fall. But man, his heart's into it. His heart is still there. His heart is still there. He still wants to chase those things. So it's all good. Rocco's a stubborn dude. He'll be around for a while. This last weekend, the AFL had the big freeze round where ex-players and celebrities slide. I remember that from last year. Yeah, way back. Like I told some guys, I haven't been as into the beginning of the season this year because the Rangers and Knicks, you get it. You're a Hawks fan. If you were into other sports, the Hawks would rule your day if they were on. So that's where I was here. The Rangers and Knicks, that was ruling my time in April and May and part of June. It was ruling my time. I've been keeping up with highlights and I've seen a couple of games, but that was ruling my time. So we got Michael Tonkin in. He has a 2.54 ERA as a reliever. He's doing the ninth inning, top of the ninth. Yeah, Clay Holmes was already pitched. So over 10 years, $100 million. Wow. That's awesome way back. That's great. Yes, Trouba, someone that can actually bunt. And DJ laid down a bunt earlier. That was great. Trent Grisham can bunt. Yeah, we have guys that can bunt. I think the last Yankee that actually could bunt that I could remember successfully was Brett Gardner. We had like all home run hitters, and Brett Gardner was the only guy like that would have a 20-pitch at bat, lay down a bunt. It could be 0-2 on Brett Gardner for 5 minutes. The guy never swung at anything and fouled off everything. I love Brett Gardner. He's one of my favorite Yankees. He's not the greatest Yankee, obviously, of all time. He's probably not close, but he's one of my favorite Yankees, man. Brett Gardner brought it every single game. And that guy, it could be struck him out. There we go. Got the first strikeout for Tonkin here. Brett Gardner brought it every game, 110%. He was, like I said, he could work an 0-2 count and foul off a million balls in a row. Like that guy was a hard out, and he could lay down a bunt, and he was fast. I always liked Brett Gardner. Remember, he kept getting his stay of execution every year because that bum Clint Frazier did nothing. Clint Frazier was a complete bust and talked trash on his way out the door. When Clint Frazier left the Yankees, he talked trash as if he did anything here. Remember that? I think Brent Gardner had his final year for like 3 years. Every year was going to be his last year, but Clint Frazier still sucks. Brett, can you still stick around, please? Yeah, remember that? It was like 2 or 3, I think 3 years. Then Frazier, they finally got rid of that bum. Schnazi, losing a pet to me is just as bad as losing a fit. Yep, because to me they are a part of our families, man, 1,000%. People that say, "Oh, it's just a dog." No, it's not just a dog. Then they don't know about having a dog, man. It is 100% part of the family. Rob, OFG, no problem. What was better, Abbott and Costello? Three Stooges, Mr. Marine. I'm Three Stooges all the way. I liked Abbott and Costello, but Three Stooges all the way. Oh, come on. He walked them. Come on, Tonkin. We can't give up any runs here, man. Come on. Who are they warming up? Are they going to warm up Clay Holmes? And you know what sucks too? Jonathan Loizaga. When is he coming back? He's on the 60-day DL. So we got a pinch hitter, Vinny Pasquantino, hitting 243 on the year. I'm going with the Stooges, Mr. Marine. Going with the Stooges. This Igor narrative kind of reminds me of Marty Turco. Oh, remember Marty Turco? Wow, good call, Bruin. Good call. Marty Turco was a great goalie, man. He was a great goalie. Wow, good call, Bruin. Trouba, Abbott and Costello. Yeah, I know. That's a good one, Mr. Marine. I'll take the Stooges, but I like Abbott and Costello. I'll take even like Shemp. Shemp was a great fill-in. Curly will always be the best, but Shemp was a good fill-in. Mr. Marine thought they both were great. They are both great to watch. It's hard to pick, man. It's really hard to pick. But if push came to shove, I'll take the Stooges, but that's a hard one, man. Marx Brothers were my fave. Whoa, way back, bringing out the Marx Brothers. Florida takes the lead 2-1. Wow, okay. They have the better goalie by far. Skinner is not. He's been playing really well in the playoffs. It's hard to knock, but I'm just saying, Florida's definitely got the better goalie. Come on, Tonkin, what are you throwing here? It's 1-1, bottom of the ninth inning. Let's get this game over. He has one career save, and that was June 15th last year. Are we even warming anybody up? I don't know. Come on, let's end this. I got to be honest with you guys. As I said, I watched the Yankees sporadically this year. I haven't seen much of this Tonkin guy. I haven't seen much of this guy at all. All right, here we go. 1-2. Up, ball 2. Ooh, Mr. Marine, now you're going in. Now you're going in. Jackie Gleason or Jack Klugman? Oh, Mr. Marine, that's a tough one. I'd have to go. Oh, man. I love The Odd Couple. I think they're two different style shows entirely, but I got to go with the Honeymooners on that one, man. If I had to choose, I'd have to go with the Honeymooners, Mr. Marine. I love Jackie Gleason. I loved him right the way he was Buford T. Justice. And he was, oh, no, that's not gone. That's not gone. That's not even at the warning track. Mr. Marine, Lockport. Who's on first? Oh, that's phenomenal. That's famous clip. Lockport, way back, Auntie Jack. Lockport, that was awesome. Amazing skit ever. That was a classic skit. GB, another Aussie. Greatest openings in the basement. The greatest opening dweller. Good day, Johnny Rock in the bottom of the ninth. Swing band. Good day, all the OGs. Good day, Bomber Bond. And way back, Hawks been listening for an hour and here to give the dungeon a thumbs up. GB, you are definitely, you have the greatest openings, man. Every dweller at OGs and everybody has a special thing, man, and that is yours. GB comes in swinging with the opening statements. Here we are, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, 0-1, 0-2. We're down to the last strike. We're almost done. Let me catch up on these. Trouba, Shemp, Mo, and Curly were brothers. Yeah, and wasn't Larry their cousin? Wasn't Larry Fine their cousin? By the way, guys, just for laughs, if you took a good look at Larry, that's Jeff Van Gundy with hair. Larry is Jeff Van Gundy. Take a good look at Larry. Larry is Jeff Van Gundy. Struck him out, throw him out at first. Yankees win. Tonkin gets the save. Yankees win 4-2. Let's get through the last couple of these comments. We'll end it here. Panthers are up 2-1. Yeah, Texas, I saw that. They're a tough team, man. Really tough. Skinner is above average goalie. Not great, not bad. Bobrovsky is an elite goalie. That will be the difference. Bobrovsky's a Hall of Famer. I mean, he's an elite goalie. There's no doubt. He's going to Hall of Fame. It's kind of like when the Colorado Avalanche won with Darcy Kemper as their goalie. And they got rid of him right after that win and brought in Georgiev. Like, they got rid of Kemper. And where's that guy been since? What is he back up on Washington? Gunner got it. Yep. Mr. Marine, Trouba Train. That's correct. What did I miss? Trouba, Shemp, Mo, and Curly were brother. Yeah. I think Larry was their cousin. I never got into the Three Stooges when they brought in that guy, Joe. It ended for me there. You brought in that guy, Joe, and that was way later and down the line. They lost me with Joe. I wasn't a Joe fan. Jackie Gleason. You got to go with Jackie Gleason. I love The Odd Couple. Love that show. Absolutely loved it. But I'm going with Jackie Gleason and the Honeymooners. Sheriff Buford T. Justice, man, come on. Smokey and the Band, they don't make movies like that anymore. Buford T. Justice. Oh, come on. Mr. Marine, Smoking the Bandit was bad. Come on, man. I can watch that right now. I love those movies. And remember the one with Joe Klecko? Joe Klecko getting out of the big rig, man, and walking up, and Buford's son saying, "Daddy, I don't think you should talk to that man that way." And his heart beeper starts going off when Klecko got up to the car. That was great. Auntie Jack was an Australian show. Thank you, Bond, because I didn't know what to say on that one because I didn't know anything about what that was. Thank you, Bond, for clearing that up. Yeah, I wasn't a big Joe fan, Texas. I love Shemp and the rest. Maybe it's because I was so Curly and Shemp that it was Joe was good, man. I was just used to the original crowd, so maybe that's more it. Trump, I'm a distinguished law officer for over 30 years. Good night, guys. Good night, Bruin. Night, guys. Night, night. Truba Train, so true to me. 23 years in the Corps. Wow, 30 years, Truba. Mr. Marine. And we got some people in. Where's Raleigh tonight? Raleigh's been asking about going back to baseball, even though he's a Padres fan. We need Raleigh in here, too. Schnazzy, I'd be shocked if the Panthers don't win the Cup. If the Rangers couldn't beat them, I don't see how Edmonton can with Skinner. Have a good night, everyone. Amen. Because Connor McDavid's going to do everything he can to get that ring, I guess. I don't know. They don't win tonight, man. They got to get a split. We'll see. Yeah, don't forget Larry Fine. He wasn't related to the Howards? Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought he was a cousin of theirs. You know what Larry was? Larry was a great violinist, if that's the proper term. He could really play the violin in real life. He was a great violinist. That's what I got on that. It's 2-1 Panthers way back. 2-1 Panthers. About 16 minutes left in the game, but I'm not going to be doing that on here. There's no way that you came from my loin. He said, Junior, they just say, no way you came from my loins. He said, I'm going to go home and punch your mama dead in her mouth. I could talk that movie all day. All day, man. That's great stuff. All right, Mr. Marine, good night. Good night, Schnazzy. Thank you for your service, Mr. Marine, from Schnazzy, from all of us, man. That just goes without saying. Guys, I'll be on again. Not tomorrow. I'll be on again. I'm definitely doing the Red Sox Yankees. Verdugo back in Boston after talking crap. You know he's going to get booed. I want Verdugo to have a monster series against Boston. Boston's not that great of a team. They're better than I thought they'd be, but it's Boston Yankees. It's got to be watched. What is that first game? Hold on, guys. I'll tell you this, and then I'm out. I think it's Thursday night, right? Friday, Yankees at Red Sox, 7:10. If I'm not on before that, wow, the Yankees play the Royals at 2 o'clock on Thursday? Wow. Anyway, Friday, Yankees, Red Sox, 7:10. I will do everything I can to be on for that game, guys. I don't think we're doing anything, but Friday, June 14th, look for me. I might be on before that, but look for me at least for that. We got to see that game together. All right, guys. Thanks as always. Much appreciate you guys supporting the channel as usual. Mr. Marine, Truba, OGs, regular dwellers, Aussie dwellers, all the dwellers. Thank you, everybody, for showing up, and I will see you definitely for a Red Sox Yankee game, and I'm out.